Recently, W3's Ryan Glynn gave a great video synopsis of the Secure Act, a recently passed bipartisan piece of legislation that fundamentally changed some aspects of the retirement investment landscape. I won't rehash all of those components here today, but I did want to highlight one strategy that is likely to become more popular in reaction to that legislation: Roth conversions. Because of how these pre-tax retirement accounts, IRAs, 401ks, are now going to be inherited by non-spouses, such as children, it is possible that more of that money could go to taxes as a result of the window shortening that the beneficiary has to pull the money out and pay tax on it. By converting these assets to a Roth from a pre-tax account, one could lock in current tax rates, lock in tax-free growth from this point forward, could pass along an asset that is more advantageous and has less of a tax burden, and could reduce their required minimum distributions when they hit the new age 72. Here are a couple of factors that one should consider when thinking about whether or not this strategy is right for them. Number one is if you have low current taxable income. For folks who are early retirees possibly, and who have time between now and when Social Security starts, if they delay it at 70, or when required minimum distributions start to kick in now at age 72, there may be a window there of lower brackets with which one could convert at lower rates and lock those in. Number two is if you've built up a nice after-tax pot of money. So I'm thinking about savings accounts that are at the bank. I'm thinking about non-qualified or after-tax investment accounts. The more of those types of assets you have, the lower tax profile you may be able to keep and actually draw down those assets, which gives you more opportunity to do conversions and fill up your tax brackets. And lastly, the third thing that I like to consider is whether or not you have an estate goal to begin with. So some folks do not have the desire to leave money on to the next generation, or will need to spend that money in their lifetimes. But for folks who have either a likelihood or a strong desire to leave a legacy, they tend to be good candidates to do Roth conversions, because you're able to process that conversion and invest it a little bit differently, knowing that it's the next generation's money, and enjoy that tax-free growth in a slightly riskier investment profile. The last thing I want to stress is that this can be a complicated and complex maneuver, and so you're going to really want to discuss this with your financial planner and with your tax professional to see if you would fit the profile of somebody who would benefit from Roth conversions.
The Cautious Investor with Jonathan Lapine is sponsored by W3 Wealth Management.